Woo! I'm back, and I'm back with seitan. No, I didn't make that name up. This is a recipe for meatless skewers that taste like kind of like chicken, I would say. All right, so I'm starting off by making a marinade with some simple ingredients: soy sauce, some mushrooms. Mushrooms add a good, nice umami flavor. Some pepper, some Spanish paprika as well, salt, and I also add tinned tomatoes. You can use fresh tomatoes if that's what you have on hand. And I added some caramelized onions. If you make biryanis, then you know the process to make caramelized onions is not that difficult. And you just want to mix everything up. This is going to bring the flavor to our fake meat. Yeah, I said it, fake meat. And like I said earlier, it's called seitan. The name is so self-explanatory. All right, so to make seitan, you need flour, because seitan is made from the gluten that can be found in all-purpose flour. And what you need to do is just basically make a batter. So flour and water, and you want to add enough water just to bring the dough together and give it a good knead. Bring it all into one big loving lump of dough. So I was happy with it at that point. I just let it rest for about half an hour, even an hour is okay. Let those glutens calm down. And as you can see, it's not very kind of wet-ish as a dough. You then need to add some water into your bowl, like I've done here, and for lack of a better word, wash the dough. So keep adding water and knead the dough and repeat this process over and over again. It'll take a couple of tries until you get to the golden spot, which is around here. When we get to this point, you'll notice the dough is quite stretchy and has a very different texture. So once we're there, you can get to the next stage. I'm adding some soy sauce into that, and again Spanish paprika, kind of like the same things I put initially in the first marinade, some black pepper, and you just want to give that a good nice knead. It's going to take on those flavors. You could theoretically pour some of the marinade we'd made earlier, but I just did some double work for extra flavor. Once you're ready to cook it, and I'd let it rest for about half an hour. Once you're ready to cook it, you want to take your seitan, gosh, the name makes it so difficult. And you want to twist it around a bit, stretch it and twist it into sort of a knot. This is going to add, the texture, the different layers that you would get with meat. So I'm just doing, really, I can't really say there's a set way you have to do this. So I'm just kneading, rolling, tucking, just to try and give it some different layers. Sorry, I'm repeating myself. But yeah, once you've gotten to that point, you are now ready to fry it. And I'm just frying this in some coconut oil. And you want to fry one side until a crust forms. That's very important. And I like to cover it and just let it go. I think it took about 8 minutes, and then I flipped it over and I cooked the other side as well. So again, cover it for about 8 minutes. And then bring in that marinade you'd made earlier and just pour all of it over your fake chicken. It just sounds wrong saying it. Anyway, a squeeze of lime adds extra flavor, and you just want to cook this on low heat for about 10 to 15 minutes until all the flavors go in. Your liquid is obviously going to get soaked up and reduce completely. Feel free to add some water if it's too dry. So at this point we're good. We can chop it up, and you can add this to soup. You can even make a curry with it. So many options you can use once you get here. I'm obviously making skewers today, so I just cut it up into cubes, into bite-sized cubes, and you want to just skewer it. And if you like, you can add an onion in between. You can add some sweet peppers just for some added color. I just took the lazy route. Surprise, surprise. It is me after all. And then in the spirits of giving it that really nice barbecue flavor that I was looking for, I decided to use maca, which is Kiswahili word for charcoal. And I just used the old kienyeji method. that I love using to barbecue, which is using the maca grill. And yeah, obviously, because the seitan has cooked for a while, you don't need to keep it on the grill for very long. This is purely just for that roasted taste to encapsulate each chicken piece. Yeah, so at this point I was pretty pleased with it. It looked great, and the best part is it actually tasted good. My kids finished it all. My husband wasn't very sold on the idea, but the kids and I have to agree, we really liked it. I'm gonna try this with some coconut sauce next time. Catch you guys in the next video.